We should all stand with the vulnerable. That's a mark of civilization. And whether that's standing with women who are threatened, who have survived or who are experiencing domestic abuse, whether it's men who are experiencing domestic abuse, whether it's those who are going through through transition as trans or who are non-binary, we should stand with people who are vulnerable in our society. And so David Tennant, the former Doctor Who, received an award last night. I was actually watching it, and he talked about standing with those who identify as trans and non-binary as a celebrity ally, and this was for the British LGBT Awards on Monday night, not Tuesday night. And he said he was a little depressed that there was a need for these special awards, but he then went on and talked about human decency. It's human decency. We shouldn't live in a world that is worth remarking on. However, until we wake up and Kemi Badenoch doesn't exist anymore. And then he said, I don't wish ill of her, I just wish her to shut up. Whilst we live in this world, I'm honoured to receive this. I'm thrilled to be here and to be a part of this night. Pride is very important in our house. It's a family affair. We have skin in the game. And Kemi Badenoch, of course, is upset about this. She's branded it misogynist, not remotely. And she's focused on the idea that David Tennant used the expression that until she does not exist. Well, she will not exist after the next election because her ministry will be gone, her power will be gone, and presumably she will shut up. She says on social media, I will not shut up. I will not be silenced by men who prioritise applause from Stonewall over the safety of women and girls. He's not doing that. He's talking about the importance of supporting the vulnerable. Then she goes on, a rich lefty white male celebrity so blinded by ideology he can't see the optics of attacking the only black woman in government by calling publicly for my existence to end. I don't think that's what he's doing at all. So she has turned it into an issue of misogyny and racism, as opposed to the mismanagement of power and the abuse of rhetoric. She goes on to say, Tennant is one of Labour's celebrity supporters. This is an early example of what life can be like, will be like if they win. Keir Starmer stood by while former MP Rosie Duffield was hounded. He and his supporters will do the same with the country. Do not let the bigots and bullies win. And Martina Navratilova has said, wow, the misogyny is in full force. Ladies and gentlemen, I give the perfect example of male entitlement. Tennant's comments, says Maya Forstarter of the charity Sex Matters. Tennant's comments regarding Kemi Badenoch are part of a pattern of attacks against politicians who speak up for women's sex-based rights.
Understanding, and she has been a huge educator for me. But I suppose if I'm honest, I'm a little depressed by the fact that acknowledging that everyone has the right to be who they want to be and live their life how they want to live it, as long as they're not hurting anyone else, should merit any kind of special award or special mention, because it's common sense.
It does seem extraordinary in politics that a person cannot be held to account if she is a woman in politics or if she is black. The issue here is not her gender or her colour. The issue here is the divisive language that she has used consistently, repeatedly, and to extraordinarily impressive effect. And she's not the only one. If she were the only one, then maybe there would be a case to be made for for thinking that this might be some sort of misogynistic or racist attack, that Kemi Badenoch was in the crosshairs of the nasties. But she's not the only one. James Cleverly, Priti Patel, accused of bullying, found guilty of bullying, but that was dismissed. Suella Braverman, who stands at the dispatch box and screams "Invader" and destroys the diplomatic efforts of our country to engage with Albania, to engage with Pakistan, without any remorse, without any explanation, despite the requests of the Prime Minister of Albania, of the Crown Prince of Albania, and despite a huge march against her personally by the Albanian community, by the law-abiding, tax-paying Albanian community that has contributed so much to our society in the last few years. So I find it astonishing that David Tennant is being pilloried for this.
It is human decency. We shouldn't live in a world where that is worth remarking on. However, until we wake up and Kemi Badenoch doesn't exist anymore, I don't wish ill of her, I just wish her to shut up. Whilst we do live in this world, I am honoured to receive this. I'm thrilled to be here and to be a part of this night. Pride is very important in our house. It's a family affair. We have skin in the game. So this event tonight thrills me. It gives me hope.
It is important that we stand by the issues. It's the issues which matter, and the personalities of those people presenting the issues. It's got nothing to do with gender. It's got nothing to do with colour. It's simply about the individuals who present the issues. The issues are important, but the issues are submerged under the personalities, these very aggressive personalities which have turned up in the Conservative Party, pushing the Tufton Street agenda and pushing the Tufton Street agendum. There's only one agendum in this particular case, and that is power. And it uses the language of exclusion and the language of abuse to further its mission. And in so doing, of course, attacks those people who suggest that they should, that the Tufton Street people should be silenced. Oh, this is excluding us. Well, they've had their day. They've made their case. The Liz Trusses, the James Cleverleys, the Kwasi Kwartengs, and they fouled up. And it matters not one bit about their gender, their colour, their in fact, their party. What matters is their aggressive personality and the power that they have got. Tennant is right, I'm afraid. Kemi Badenoch, she's another person that I had great hopes for, but she's turned out to be deeply divisive and deeply unpleasant, and when she's called out, she screams misogyny and racism. I don't accept that. I don't accept that at all.